Hello everyone, my name is Pris from Prisperuses and welcome to another video. Today we are doing a recommendation video, and more specific, I am recommending you a bunch of small books. So I really do like small books from time to time. I think they are great for readathons. I think they're also great to feel like just a little bit extra accomplished when you finish one. So when you're in a reading slump or just coming out of it, these books will be really good for that. So what I consider to be a small book is a book under 300 pages. So I have a stack of books just beside me that is under 300 pages. I have a mix of middle grade, young adult and adult, and I also try to not include books that I've already talked about very much on this channel, just to spice things up, just to give you some new recommendations. But without further ado, let's dive on into these small books. The first one I want to talk about is Gallant by V.E. Schwab. I read this recently and I really enjoyed myself. This book is just under 300 pages, but you fly through it. I read it in almost one sitting because I was just so engrossed and I wanted to know more about the story. This is about a girl called Olivia. She is not very happy at this all school for girls, but then she gets a letter from her uncle and she is sent to this mansion called Gallant, and all things happen from there. The atmosphere in this was absolutely incredible, very eerie, very dark, very magical, very gothic in a way. So I thought this was absolutely brilliant. I loved Gallant as almost its own entity. It was almost like Gallant was a character in this book. And I loved Olivia as a character as well. So yeah, I would highly recommend that you pick this up. Next up we have A Spindle Splinter by Alex E. Harrow. This is incredible, guys. This is a reimagining of the fairy tale Sleeping Beauty. And whilst the fairy tale of Sleeping Beauty can be a little bit, I don't want to say boring, but it can be a little bit not that exciting because it's also like one of my least favorite Disney movies. And it's just a little bland in my opinion. This reimagining is not. This was incredible. Alex E. Harrow is becoming one of my favorite authors for sure. Her way of writing and her way with words are absolutely fantastic, and I absolutely loved this novella because it is a novella. I think it's just over 100 pages, so you can read this within no time. You can definitely tackle this within an hour or two, and it's a magical experience to do so. Highly recommend. Then we have the Wayward Children series by Shauna McGuire. Of course I had to include this in this small book list. These are all tiny novellas between 100 and 200 pages. I am currently holding In an Absent Dream, which is the 4th book in the series, which is my personal favorite. These books follow Eleanor West and her school for wayward children. These children all found doors within their lives which led to their dream world of choice. They got to spend some time there, but for whatever reason they get sent back to the real world and must cope with the fact that they are now back to reality. And Eleanor West teach them in her school to come to terms with that. This is incredible. I love this series so much, and it's all about finding doors, finding your dream world, and it's so magical. Shauna McGuire writes beautifully, and there are many books out in the series already, and there is a new one upcoming, so you can definitely sink your teeth into this series. It's incredible and I highly recommend. Next up is The Raven and the Reindeer by T. Kingfisher. I read this during a polathon because it's a retelling of the Snow Queen fairy tale, but done in an absolutely beautiful way. This book is just over 200 pages. It's absolutely fantastic. I've been meaning to pick more up from T. Kingfisher because the writing is just exquisite. It's just so magical and lyrical, and it has like the feeling of the fairy tale, but it's also with an own twist to it. So it's just very atmospheric, very nice to read during autumn or during winter. Highly recommend that you pick this up. Next up we have A Psalm for the Wild Build by Becky Chambers. I read this upon recommendation from Maddie from Book Browsing Blog, and Maddie always gives good recommendations. This is about a monk called Deck questions life a little bit of an existential crisis, doesn't really know what to do, so goes on this journey, stumbles upon sort of robot, and oh my gosh, the banter and the dialogue between these two characters is just what makes this book so fantastic. It is wholesome, it is cute, it is quite deep as well. You will feel a lot of emotions, because I certainly did when I was reading this. You know, you question things about maybe your own life or the world in itself, and why we are here, and what's our purpose, what are we meant to do with our lives. Those types of questions are really present in this novel. I just absolutely love this. This is going to be a series. I believe the second book of this comes out very soon, or is maybe already out. But yeah, I really recommend that you pick this up, because this was absolutely fantastic. Next up I have We Were Liars by E. Lockhart. I am picking this because the prequel has just come out. A Family of Liars, which I haven't read personally yet, but I really want to. Maybe I'll reread this as well when I do that. I read this a couple of years ago, just when I got back into reading again, and I thought this was absolutely fantastic. I sobbed my eyes out at the end, because I did not see the big twist at the end coming at all. So yeah, I was just gobsmacked and I was heartbroken, but this was so beautiful to me. This is about a bunch of teenagers that have secrets, and when they come together one summer, everything is going to be revealed. And on the back it says, "We are liars, we are beautiful and privileged, we are cracked and broken, a tale of love and romance, a tale of tragedy. Which are lies, which is truth, you decide." I think that sums up the book beautifully, and I really enjoyed this when I read this, and I hopefully am rereading this so I can dive into Family of Liars. This book is just over 200 pages, so again, perfect for a quick read. Then I have some middle grade for you, and I've tried to recommend you some middle grade that I have not recommended before, because there are many middle grades that are under 300 pages, and I must say middle grade is a very good genre to read from when you are in a reading slump, so I would highly recommend. So the first recommendation is the Amelia Fang series by Laura Ella Anderson. I have only read the first one, but I absolutely loved it. These books are between 200-300 pages, but they are filled with funny, wacky illustrations, which makes reading so fun. And honestly, Amelia Fang and her little gang are honestly the best thing. And it's just funny, it's nonsensical, and it's just a grand old time. I'm hoping to read the rest of the series very soon. I kind of want to binge them for a video, but these are just fantastic to read when you are in a slump and just fancy a quick read. These are just fantastic for that. A middle grade that I recently read, which was under 300 pages, was Adam 2. This is about a robot called Adam 2. He is discovered at the time when humans and robots are at war with each other. It's very futuristic. I think it is probably set in the future as well. So two children discover Adam 2, and honestly, Adam 2 it gave me R2-D2 vibes to the max. Like, I love R2-D2. I think that's the best thing about Star Wars. You agree? Come on. Adam 2 had a dialogue with himself the entire book, and it was so adorable. He questions constantly what he does. He references back to his old master that has told him to be a good boy, and that's the essential thing that Adam too wants to do. He wants to be a good boy, which is just honestly so cute. A little bit of Pinocchio vibes from this as well, and this story was very much about the fact human versus robots, who are the actual monsters, and there is good and bad in both sides, that kind of vibe. But Adam too made the story so wholesome, and I highly recommend that you pick this up. Then the very last recommendation I have for you is Utter Moon by Susanna Bailey. This is a epic friendship story between a boy and an otter, and Susanna Bailey's books are just chef's kiss. They are so cute. They all revolve around humans' relationships with animals, and honestly, there is no better thing. This book is around 250 pages. All Susanna Bailey's books are around that page mark. They are less than 300 pages. And Utter Moon was just a magical. It was so beautifully written, and it's set on this very eerie, dark, mysterious island, so it's the perfect read for autumn / winter. I highly recommend that you pick this up, because this was so adorable, so cute, and it once again reminds us that animals are way better than humans. Duh. That was it. Those are my small book recommendations for you. Have you read any of these books? Please let me know down below in the comments, and also I want to know what your favorite book under 300 pages is. I would love to know. Let me know down below in the comments. If you have enjoyed this video, please give it a big thumbs up, subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. I am gonna leave you for now. Thank you all so much for your continued support, and I will hopefully see you soon with another video. Bye bye!